Quiz Langchain Agents. Question. Presents a question about Langchain agents and their use in LLM applications. Question text to user. Answer. Provides a detailed explanation of Langchain agents, outlining their functionality, benefits, and use cases. Answer text to user. Question. Answer. Dependency. The answer component provides the information to respond to the question presented by the question component. Question to answer. Question text. The question component sends the question text to the answer component for processing. Answer to user. Answer text. The answer component processes the question and sends the answer text to the user. The quiz component is a container for the question and answer components. It manages the flow of the quiz, presenting the question and then displaying the answer. Langchain Agent Quiz. This system is designed to simulate a conversation between a user and a travel agent chatbot. Powered by Langchain, the chatbot assists users in planning their European trips by asking relevant questions and providing tailored advice. User input collection. This component gathers user input regarding their travel preferences, including interests, desired trip type, budget, and travel dates. Collects data from the user via a user interface or an API call. The user input collection component is the starting point of the system and interacts with the process user input component. Data flows from the user interface to the process user input component as user input. Process user input. This component analyzes the user's input to extract key information such as interests, trip type, preferred destinations, and budget. Uses Langchain tools to process the user input, identify key information, and potentially perform additional research based on the extracted information. This component receives data from the user input collection component and provides processed data to the generate response component. Processed user input flows from the user input collection component to the generate response component. Generate response. This component generates a personalized response based on the processed user input. It may leverage various data sources and language models to formulate the response. Generates a tailored response based on the processed user input. It may use Langchain tools to query databases, access external APIs, or utilize large language models to generate relevant content. This component receives processed data from the process user input component and provides a response to the Langchain agent component. The generated response flows from the generate response component to the Langchain agent component. Langchain agent. This component acts as the central hub for the entire system. It orchestrates the interaction between the user and the chatbot by managing the flow of information and invoking other components. Provides the interface for the user to interact with the system. It receives the generated response from the generate response component and displays it to the user. This component interacts with the generate response component by receiving the final response. It also interfaces with the user to present the response. The generated response flows from the generate response component to the Langchain agent component, and then displayed to the user.